Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Samuel Ridley, and I know this is probably late again, but here's my presentation for pre-associative speech. And today I'm gonna be talking about what schools should be teaching in their history classes. So let us begin. If it wants to go. Okay, so first off, I want to go on to things we already know, like both of the World Wars, the Civil War, politics, the Great Depression, racism and slavery, some medieval times, and the Black Plague and cavemen. Now, I mean, these things are important, but for the past 6 years in middle school and in high school, we've been pretty much learning about the same thing throughout all our history classes about World War, all these things that are on the list right here. Here's just some images that I found online. These things are important, but I feel like we should be focusing on more things that are interesting, first off, and things that we don't really know about even our history and other countries' history. Because other countries' history is probably or is more interesting than ours, since ours is just politics and battles or war. So here's some things that we should go into, and what we really don't know in our history classes, what they don't teach us. So other countries' history. Scandinavia's, for example, Vikings, the Caribbeans, pirates, Tokyo, old Tokyo, in the 11,000s to around 1500s, with the samurais, Russia with the greats, with Catherine the Great, Peter the Great, and Ukraine and Chernobyl. These are the things that I want to go over today because they're interesting, and whenever I go to history class, I always get bored because I already know what we're already learning because we learned it in high school and in junior high. So if we reach out to, example, for Scandinavia with the Vikings and the Caribbean with the pirates, for example, you see in the top left corner, that is Ragnar Lothbrok. In the top middle, is Ivar the Boneless, who is standing on the rock. In the top right, you see Blackbeard. Bottom left, you see Anne Bonny. And in the bottom middle, you see Jack Rackham, I think that's his last name, and Long John Silver. And here are some other, like, famous samurai. Peter the Great, that's in the top right. Catherine the Great in the bottom right. And Chernobyl. So after I went all over these, why should we learn about these? Well, we should learn about them because they're interesting. We don't really know about them. And they would keep us more involved in class, I feel like, if we don't learn the same thing over again. If we talk about Vikings, I feel like people would start to listen and not doze off and fall asleep in class. Or about samurais, how yeah, I don't really know much about samurais because we haven't really learned about them much, or about Russia or Ukraine. The only thing that we know about Ukraine in our history classes are the kind of wars that they had in their city, if I remember right, or the Vikings and the pirates. How do I know about this stuff? Well, here's some shows that would help you at least know some of their history. Vikings, and it's about Vikings, of course. Chernobyl, famous miniseries that won awards, and Black Sails and 13 Assassins. Most of these are historical fiction, but also accurate to their timeline of what these legends that people call them, or just normal human beings that were a big part of history that we don't really know and should it to know. So that's my presentation. If there's any questions, I can't answer them live, so leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. Thank you for your time.